Don't you worry, the clip's about to begin, but don't forget to subscribe. Or else, don't make me turn this website around.
Let's talk to, we're going to go talk to Bree in Massachusetts. I'm trying to decide the order I'm going to do this in. Bree, you are on the line. What did you want to ask?
Hello, Jimmy.
What up?
Well, I actually just wanted to congratulate the last caller, because I have also been on Raised by Narcissist, and I noticed that they had said that they were 1 year no contact, and that's so great. Making boundaries is so important, and I just wanted to appreciate that. But that doesn't relate to my question.
Okay.
My question was, do you currently have any conservative friends? And then I have a follow-up question for that.
Okay,
like
so the
Trumpers.
question I have is, are you trying to figure out, because I mentioned the other day on another show that I have a friend who I've even made a video critical of on my YouTube channel, and people from that would not, it would be straight, people would be surprised to find out we actually became friends after. At present, who that friend is something I am keeping to myself. So I'm curious if this is you, like a lot of other people, trying to figure out. Let me just start with this. Yes, I have conservative friends, and I even have friends who I imagine are voting for Trump. While that is true, my friendship with those individuals is basically entirely dependent on the ability for me to express myself the way I actually feel without having to sugarcoat. And I think they feel that way too toward me, that they can do the same. I do not require or encourage other people to do the same thing, especially if they come from an oppressed group. You do not have to befriend your oppressors. However, I think those friendships are very useful. And I think that I was a conservative. I don't know if I would have ever voted for Trump. I hope I wouldn't have. But I was a conservative once upon a time, and my mind was changed by the people who were compassionate to me and listened to me and I had conversations with. It was not changed by being yelled down on a Twitter post.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely wasn't trying to find out any names or anything. I just have a conservative friend who I've been drifting away from and trying to figure out if I felt a certain way about drifting away from them or not. And I feel like a lot of people who are very liberal or on the left feel like you can't have any friends that are voting for Trump, where there might be other aspects of a friendship that might be valuable. So I wanted to get your take on that because I value your opinion, and wanted to see, what your take was, because I'm talking to this friend tomorrow, so, and hopefully, I don't think they listen to this. They're religious. So yeah, I'm struggling with that, I guess, to figure out if someone who likely holds values that I don't necessarily agree with is worth keeping in my life, or if, drifting away isn't the worst thing in the world.
In general, if you feel a relationship drifting away, there are just lots of relationships that do that. Bree, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
I'm 23.
Okay. So I would say,
so I met this person in college.
Yeah. I'm 30 right now. I think that I probably speak to people I would have called friends at 23, maybe two people that I still speak to from that time period, meaning that I speak to them at least, let's say, once every 3 months, because that's like a pretty well-maintained relationship for me. There are definitely gonna be other people that occasionally something comes up, but this is just the cycle of life. This is just what happens. Friendships fade, and you don't have to be hard on yourself for that fact.
Yeah, adult friendships and college friendships are very different, and especially during this time of weirdness, it's interesting. So yeah,
college friendships. I remember going through middle school and feeling like, oh man, I'm gonna be this guy's gonna be my friend forever. And then, you get to high school and it's like, well, okay, it didn't actually happen with those people, but these people, it'll be forever. And then college happened. And the reality is most of your friends are going to be people that there's a level of, that you're going to stay close to, are going to be people that there's a level of convenience around. Yes, ideologically matching, sure. And sure, there are going to be a few people whose friendships actually do last through all of those things. But for the most part, no matter where you are in life and how old you are, most of your friends that are a big part of your life are going to be people that there is a convenience, a level of convenience in holding those friendships, whether it's how far away they live or how easy it is to talk to them. That's where and you see a big emergence of that in today's cyber world, where a lot of people's closest friends are now people they know that they met on Discord or Twitter or in a comment section, because those people are more accessible than even people in the same town as we're going through COVID. So that is my opinion on friendships that matter, and it's okay to have friendships drift. And frankly, if a person has a certain ideology, the thing about political ideologies where people act like it's so stupid that a person might not like someone because of their political affiliation, because back in my day, we didn't care. The thing is back in those days, you didn't care about a lot of people. So a lot of injustices were happening to a lot of people, queer people, people of color and stuff. And there was just this universal, like, white's the majority and we just, cis is the majority. We'd rather just move forward and not worry about this. Male was certainly the overwhelming majority in positions of power. And so only those people's needs were served. And now we're going, no. Everybody's needs have to be served, no matter what group they're from. And these are where the big ideological differences are being shown through politics, but it's a different world with a different level of conversation. So if it actually is that you're drifting because of that person's ideology, that's not as wrong a thing as people are making it out to be, because in a lot of cases, these political ideologies are representing how a human would treat another human. So for example, right now, conservatives are about to repeal Obamacare literally a week after the election. Regardless of who wins, Obamacare is likely going to die because there will be a new Supreme Court justice, and the Supreme Court is looking at whether they're going to shut the whole thing down. There is already a majority. Now there would be a 6-3 majority. So you're literally talking about, like, I'm a conservative means you would deny healthcare to other people unless they're willing to go into debt for it and figure out a way to pay for it. And this is why we have the greatest quote unquote healthcare in the world if you can afford it. But there are a lot of other people who are left behind and straight up die because of it. Right now, saying you're conservative may also be saying that you don't believe in queer rights. You don't believe in trans rights. You don't believe in, you don't believe that Black Lives Matter. So the fact of the matter is a political affiliation isn't just a word. It says something about the person, and you are not required to have friendships with people who hold those positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I definitely have been stewing on that because there's a lot of time alone to just stew nowadays. So yeah, thanks for your input, and I hope you have a great rest of your show.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Hey, thanks for checking out this clip for The Line. While you're here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and then share this with that bitter uncle of yours who loves talking about the good old days.